Hello, and a very huge welcome to you. I'm so delighted to be here with you, and I really want to reach out and thank you for your precious time. I'm May Rose, an international speaker, author, and lifestyle coach, and I am the author of The Strategic Life. I'm an ambassador for living younger, longer. I show you how to look and feel ageless, create wealth, and mostly be unforgettable. In a few moments, I'm going to introduce you to a very great friend and colleague of mine, and we've become very close friends during our journey together of changing lives. We share the same publisher, who is also, oddly enough, our mentor, and it's because of his leadership and fine example we have the honour of imparting this very important message to you today. So may I introduce to you with such pleasure the unforgettable Mr. Jerry Robert.
Hi, my name is Jerry Robert, and I'm the publisher at Black Card Books. And I want to congratulate you for being with my friend Sat. Hey, listen, I have known her for years. I have watched and studied and observed how she can take people who want to have more, do more, and be more in life, and using simple techniques that are outside of the norm to transform their level of stress, which of course affects their business, their income, their families, their physical health. I know that she's going to make a difference in your life. You're about to come into a session right now, and I'm telling you, your mind is going to be blown by her information. And I know when people share ideas that may be a little different than what you're used to, and her ideas are some of them are very powerful and unknown. And when people share ideas that are not very well known or maybe outside of the box, there can be a certain level of resistance. Sometimes the resistance is high when it should be low, and sometimes it's low when it should be high. But in this situation, in this session that you're about to go through now with Sat, she's going to share some ideas that you've never thought about before. I want to encourage you to let go of any sort of resistance, any defense mechanism, because it takes one idea to revolutionize your stress, your business, your family, your health. She has those kind of ideas. I know. I've seen her impact people all over the world. CEOs of major companies, people who are high achievers turn to her because her information is that powerful. I know I've seen been in the business of transformation for over 35 years now. I've taught over 3 million people myself. I've opened for people like Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki and Gary Vaynerchuk and Sir Richard Branson. I could tell you all of them. And the minute this session starts with Sat, and you start to listen to her, and you start to implement, you'll know why me and so many other thought leaders are happy to recommend my good friend Sat. So if you are a person who wants to say bye-bye to stress, if you want to have a more fulfilling, calm, more productive life, then you are at the right place at the right time. I respect this woman. I love her ideas. I recommend her everywhere I go. And so let me congratulate you for spending the time with my friend Sat. Keep your mind open, because your life is about to take a turn that could literally change your business and your life forever. Congratulations for spending this time with my friend Sat Kirtan.
Welcome back, oh you lovely, distinguished guest. Well, as Jerry said, today we have the privilege of hearing from an incredibly beautiful person, Sat Kirtan. She is an internationally recognised author, and she is an expert on stress management and conscious leadership. Well, as CEOs and leaders, we understand the tremendous pressure that comes from running a successful organization. The ability to manage stress effectively is not only important for our own well-being, but also for the success of our companies. Sat Kutan has written 2 acclaimed books on these topics: How to Become a Conscious Leader and Bye-Bye Stress in 9 minutes or less. Her insights are based on years of experience working with individuals and organisations around the world. Well, today she'll be sharing with us a 9-step process for saying bye-bye or goodbye to stress in 9 minutes. Just 9 minutes. This is a powerful tool that can help all of us become more effective leaders by reducing the negative impacts of stress in our lives. So let's give her a very warm welcome as she shares her experience with us today. Please join me in welcoming the wonderful and unforgettable Sat Kutan.
Thank you, May, and thank you, Jerry. It's been lovely to be introduced this way, and it's lovely to be here with you. Maybe it's your morning time or your evening time or even your daytime. I'm very happy to spend this time with you. My name is Satkir Gorkalsa, and I reside in the beautiful Netherlands. And over the years, I've had the privilege of working with so many individuals and companies, assisting them in managing their stress and awakening this conscious leader within. And today, I am incredibly grateful to have the opportunity to be here with you all. During this presentation, like 45 to 60 minutes max, we will embark on a journey together, saying goodbye to stress in this 9 minutes or less. And we will explore all the techniques and strategies to help you balance and gain mental clarity, which is one of the most important skills that we need right now, and to cultivate self-awareness. Because let's look at the numbers of the stress and why are we so stressed? And when I look at the numbers, it really, really touched my heart, because it says that 1 out of 4 of the full-time employees, they experience very often or always this feeling of burnout. And I know how that feels because I've had it twice. So it's not a joke when that's happening to you. It's really a profound call of your soul I see now, that you need something to change. You need to become the CEO of yourself. You need to learn to listen to yourself. You need different tools than the ones that you have right now. And I'm happy to share the tools that helped me so much with you today. Because when we look at the same study, 1 out of 2 says they feel this burnout feeling sometimes. That's either you or me. That's really ridiculous when we have all these tools. Now I understand that it's ridiculous, but before it was so normal to feel this way because I did not have the tools. So I'm really happy to share them with you, because I wish I had these tools at that moment. I wish I had this exact strategy. I wish I had a plan how I could, me personally, get rid of stress and just elevate myself, learn how to deal with my thoughts, how to stretch my body. That was really good for me. How to breathe, all these simple things. I wish I had a kind of plan that was made exactly for me. And you know what? You can relax, because that's what I'm going to offer you. I found a way to make you a personal plan which tells you exactly what is good for you. Like, you have your go-to yoga exercises, your go-to meditations, your go-to affirmations that will help you to uplift yourself and to connect to your own inner being, to this voice within. You have the courage to be the CEO of yourself. And how that all works, I love to explain. So let me say, for one thing, you don't need to become a monk. You don't need to leave the world. You can do this. You can be a successful person. You can have your family, and it's not either or. You can have both and be happy. I'm going to show you. So you're not having to miss out on any of the celebrations that are very close to you. You can give that the priority that you feel it needs. I'll give you the ways so you can give that the priority that it needs. And you don't need to smile all the time and make it a fake smile. No, this smile of me, it comes from the inside. It's this happiness that comes from the inside. So you don't need to bypass anything. You can be you. And life will be sunny and maybe sometimes stormy. And all of that will be fine, because you will know and you will be connected to this stillness, this power within. And then when you're connected to that, when you align yourself to that, nothing, not even the biggest storm. And yesterday or the day before, we had the biggest storm ever here in the Netherlands. Trees were uprooted, it fell on cars, on houses. It was really, really bad. But if you are connected to your soul, if you are connected to yourself, then it can storm as much as it can, but it won't affect you so much. You will be steady, you will be rooted within yourself. And that's what I wish for everyone. So I know you will be like, all right, but how? I have all this experience. I see all the people and they come to me with all these questions. What can I do? I know, and I will help you. I'm really here. Please stay and listen and feel, relax, because there is a way, and it doesn't need that you're going to put all their trouble on your shoulder. No, we all need to become our own CEO. We need to learn to trust ourselves. Can you feel the difference? And can you feel that joy when you don't need to take on all the worry and the frustration and anger from other people? You can just let that go. I'm going to show you. And right now you see the Yogi roadmap to conscious leadership. And I will tell you all about it. But what you see, it has 3 phases, and it starts by the Awaken phase. And every phase has 3 steps. So you will go through these steps. You will cultivate, like, discover your purpose and cultivate your self-awareness. We will go through this in a little bit, but I want to point out first the 3 phases. So first you awake, and then and then how do you integrate that into your normal life? How can you become more conscious in the things that you do, in the decisions that you make, in the relationships that you have? How do you do that? I'll show you. And then once you have integrated it, it's like training your muscle. It's becoming the master of it. And that's when the real joy starts. It's like, this ease comes, this effortlessness, this real connection with your soul is there. And that's a connection, that's something that no one is ever going to take away from you. And that's the real spiritual growth that we need, that we're looking for. Becoming the master of our breath, becoming the master of our body, becoming the master of our mind. And that's not easy, but it is. Just going that steps, walking towards it and feeling that you are taking control more and more, and realizing that the more you know, the more you know you don't know. And then, you don't care so much anymore. I love this saying from the Dalai Lama. I'm going to share it with you here. He says, because we're so focused on solving problems. And this is how you can solve all the problems in just 1 second. He says, if you have a problem and you can solve it, why would you worry about it? And if you have a problem that you can't solve, why would you worry about it? So don't worry about problems. Act or send love to wars and other things that are outside of your own influence circle. But if you can, act and do it. All right. So this is the whole roadmap that we're going to do. And I'm going to go with you through all the 9 steps so you can really feel what it means. And yeah, I have this beautiful gift for you. When you stay until the end, you get my book, The How to Become a Conscious Leader. Revive adolescent CEOs can learn from a yogi to build trust and make an impact. I'm happy to share it with you because I wrote it for you, to inspire you to look at things from a different perspective, to feel, and to really go on that inward journey. I'm not sure if I said, but I studied tourism, and I love to travel the world. I really love to meet other people. I love other cultures. That's why I love being an international teacher. All these different people, different energies. I love working with that. But the most excited journey is the one that you do inside. And yogis say the journey to making life is the one from your mind to your heart. It's not far, it's not a long distance, but to go really from this mind that has all these thoughts all the time, all these beliefs, to your heart, and really be in your heart, live from your heart. That's from your ego, let that go. And don't become like, oh, everything is all right. No, people who live from their heart are very passionate and very strong people. Don't make a mistake that you become very soft and you're connect to your heart. Know what it is that you want to do, and you will feel that you will be fueled from the inside. No one needs to motivate you. This motivation comes from the inside, and it's inspiration. And the right ideas will come, the right people will come on your path, and everything will go easy and smoothless and effortless, and it will be fun. Yeah. All right. So let me share a little bit how I started this journey, because I already said that I used to work, or maybe I don't know. I used to work as a consultant in the financial industry. And one day I was having my second burnout, and I really felt like I'm too young to go through life like this. I gotta change something. And that's when I decided consciously to follow my heart, to follow this inside voice that was active within me. That maybe I heard it before, but I never really listened to it because I was taking more and more value of what other people would tell me. But that day I decided I'm going to listen to what I feel is important to me. And that was life-changing and healing to me. And I know that when you start becoming quiet and listening, you also know when your inner voice is talking to you. And I know that you have experiences where you followed this inner voice and it just happened. It was just this flow and it was beautiful. So recall these moments and create more of them. Because even if you feel doubt, even if you have this whole material world around you and all these responsibilities on your shoulders, you are allowed to listen to your heart, because it's not going to be worse when you do. It's going to be better. Trust that. Trust your inner voice. And that's really my story. You can trust your own inner voice. And when you do that, you really make an impact and have an impact beyond your own imagination. I never knew when I was having my burnout that I would be doing this right now, that I would be able to create this environment, and that I would talk and coach leaders to become more of themselves, to connect more with themselves and the impact it has. And this is one of my clients, and please listen to him.
Hello, my name is Latham Wall. I'm here to recommend to you Satkirtan and her Kundalini Yoga course, in particular the 9-minute max business yoga concept and the conscious leadership program. Now, I'm an equity partner in one of Europe's largest intellectual property law firms, and coupling that with a family and children, the demands can be high and time can be very limited and indeed precious. So since starting this course, it's been incredible how transformative it's been in my life, in terms of what I've learned about myself, my surroundings, and unearthing and realising tools that I never even knew I had in order to progress both professionally and personally. So as someone in a senior position, someone who has always avoided anything like yoga, I must thoroughly recommend this. Satkirtan is a tremendous teacher. The course is a real breakthrough, and I won't stop doing it, and I really hope you start doing it. So once again, Satkirtan and the Conscious Leadership Program, it's a wonderful thing. Do it. Satnam.
Satnam, and
Hello,
you will understand what that means when we start working. That will be something that we will say often. So let's jumpstart your journey, okay? Are you ready to do that? You need 3 things. You need to know why, you need to know what, and you need to know how. And I can be there for you to help you figure out your why and your what and how. And I call this your personal user manual. Everything that you buy in a store, it comes with a user manual. But when you come on this earth, your parents, they can't find this user manual. You got to find it out yourself. But actually, you do come with a user manual because you come on a specific date and a specific time. Like the astrology, they know that they look at the timing. I look just at the date of birth, and that gives me so much insight in what it is that you came to do here on this earth, and what your talents are, what your gifts are, what your challenges will be. And what you can do to overcome or to strengthen your challenges. Just to, when you're born on the 3rd, you're insecure, and just say, okay, insecurity, come with me, and we do it anyway. Like, if you know this, it's transformative. It's not something outside. No, it empowers you. So I love to create your personal user manual. Now we'll talk about it more, but let us go back now first to these 9 steps, because it's really important to go through them so you know where this all fits. All right? Are we still good? Are you still happy? I hope so. Let me see. There's something in the chat. Okay. I will. And so let's get started. I saw that the mouse was on my nose. But now we'll go through the roadmap. Thank you. So we will go through all the 9 steps in detail, and it will hopefully give you a good example and a good feeling that, yeah, this is the road, and if I walk this path, I am this conscious leader. I am the CEO of myself. So we start our journey to discover our purpose. And like I said, based upon your date of birth, I can help you, give you insight in that. And we'll do different exercises, visualizations, and things like that. So you really feel like, yes, this resonates with me and with my light, and it's easy, and I love doing this. It's something that just gives you energy. It's that inspiration. So that's a beautiful thing to know. And like I said, based upon your date of birth, I also make a personal affirmation. And the affirmation will help you to really walk your path, to connect to your soul, your purpose. Because we always talk about purpose in business. But how do you know your own personal purpose? And we can even make an affirmation based upon the date of birth of your company and get the personal affirmation of your company. So that's, you can align yourself and your people with that affirmation by repeating it over and over again. You understand, you empower yourself by that. So that helps you to connect to this happy and relaxed self. And that's something that, very important. That's why I start my day every day with half an hour to connect to my inner being, my inner self, connect to my body, connect to my breath, connect to my sound, by chanting. It's just this way to open up and to feel grateful. So you can join me for these morning sessions. Just send me a message afterwards, and I'm happy to share the link with you. It's lovely. It's a way to start your day with grace, with love, and with happiness. So, the second step on your way to become a conscious leader is to cultivate the self-awareness. You have to know why it is so important to know yourself, and how to really get to know yourself, how to know your habits, the things that just come to you so naturally. You don't even notice that you're doing it. Just looking in the mirror and really evaluating yourself, and see the things that you really like about yourself. And maybe there are things that you feel like, I wish that was different. And then you can choose to work on that. But first, we gotta embrace yourself as you are. So, and you can only embrace yourself as much as you are, as much as you can see what you are and who you are. So, that this is very important, and it's a lovely process. It's not something scary. It's this journey within I talked about before. And it's really exciting. And if you can look at it from this excitement, then even the hardest situations that you had to go through or that you will go through, you will look at that from a different perspective. And that gives you power. So it will give you mental clarity. And that's your first step to start and have healthy priorities. You gotta give yourself the highest priority. Not everyone else. No, first you. Like being in the plane, you put on your gas mask first, and then you're able to serve everyone else. And this is one of my clients. I taught him a 3-minute meditation, and he said to me, I just gain hours by doing these 3 minutes. Every day I do it, and I have so much clarity. So after that, I just know what to do and I do it, and then I'm done. And if I don't do it, my day starts and I do something and then I do something else. I just don't have that focus. But if you're focused, and I know that you have the same experience, when you're focused, things are done just within a second sometimes, but if we're not, and especially now with all this information coming to us, social media, WhatsApp, all these messages that, you're focused and then you're out, you're focused and you're out. But if you're focused and you can stay in, then everything is done within a second. And so maybe you can write down your top 3 priorities that you want to get done today or tomorrow. And you can start with this every day. After your meditation, write them down and notice that if you do them right away, it gives you so much clarity, and it's done and gives you, again, free time. So this last step of this awakening phase is the embrace the mindful presence. So that means that you got to be aware in the present moment. How much of your time do you spend in the past? How much of your time do you spend in the future? And how much time do you spend really here, being now? And I hope that you will learn to spend more time in the now, what is needed right now. And yes, we look back to the past to take your learnings, and you look to the future to bring your love and your light. But everything is happening right now. So, and when you're stressed, you can't be in the now. You're either in the future or in the past. So if you are feeling stressed, I think always feel like one of the fastest ways to release stress is by shaking. So you can just shake your hands, and let's do it for 1 minute. Move your body, because when you're not in the body, you're outside, and that means you're not in the now. So just by moving your body, and if you're working in an office and you don't want anyone to see it, a great way to do that is just to tense your body, pull all your muscles together, and relax. And if you do that 3 or 4 times, you inhale, you hold, and you exhale. You inhale, you hold, and you exhale. Just like that, no one notices it, but you feel it, and you have, again, control over the moment, and you're back in your body, you're back in the now. Just these simple techniques, use them, practice them, and love them. Inhale 1 more time, very deep. Close your eyes, squeeze, exhale. You can roll your shoulders. And one of my students, it was very funny. She always used to drop her pencil by accident, or not by accident, on purpose. So she would need to go down and pick it up, and she would use that as her stretching. So she would try to drop it a little bit further every time, so her stretch would be a little bit further every time. So be creative, have fun with it, but move your body. It's very important, because we sit way too much. And once you've waken up, now we're moving into the second phase, this integration phase. And like one of these examples that I just shared with you is really how can you integrate it? Just by having fun and by being playful with it. And also, you need to harness this inner strength. You need to have your daily practice, because without it, you're a tree, and that by any storm that comes, you're just uprooted and you're gone. But if you're rooted deep within yourself, then you can stay no matter what the storm is. So cultivate that inner strength, cultivate your own commitment with yourself and your practice. And it helps really when you have a practice that's especially made for you. So you know that the exercises that you do have a direct positive effect on you, and you feel it. I can tell you, but if you practice, you feel it, you have the experience, you have more mental clarity, or you feel like, this was bothering me so much all the time, but now it's gone. And this is what I want you to experience. And make this your guideline for the day, for making decisions. When you don't feel a real yes, the answer is no. And I know that you must have taken some, or said sometimes yes when you actually wanted to say no. So maybe there is something that you want to identify where you were crossing your own border, your own boundaries, and you like to reestablish that or reinforce that commitment, that boundary. Maybe there was a project and you were very enthusiastic about it, and you said, yeah, of course. And then you hear, oh, but it's this much work. It just doesn't fit within your schedule. So now you feel the no, but you already said the yes. How do you go back with this? And the one thing that I always teach is it seemed like a very good idea at the time. And right now, saying no is a very good idea at this time. And you are the owner of your own time. So be the owner of yourself and have the courage to come back to decisions that you made before. It's okay, no problem. All right, then let's move on. As time is moving on as well. It's very important to build authentic connections and to be authentic. If you are authentic, people feel it. And they know that they can be themselves. They don't need to put on any mask. They don't need to try to be someone else, even if that will, in their mind, make them very successful. Try and really be yourself and be authentic, be honest, and that will give you the right persons that will be in the same frequency as you are. And actually, even if you try to be someone else, that will attract people that try to be someone else as well. And if you feel good with that, it's totally fine, as long as you are aware of it. So just always be aware of what it is that you give, and that's also what you get. So I love this one quote. I would love to share it with you, and I'm going to read it to you. It's surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see the greatness within you, even when you don't see it yourself. And this is something that really helps to uplift yourself. And I've experienced it so many times, being with people who see the greatness within you. It just lifts you. And when I sit here, I feel my sister sitting next to me. I know that they are lifting me. I know that they are with me, supporting me. And I hope that you also have people around you that are giving you that feeling of togetherness, of being your biggest fan. And maybe it's nice if you can connect with them and tell them and reach out to them that they give you this great feeling and that you're so grateful that they are in your life. Because sometimes we take it for granted, but it's just so important to know that they are there. So either do it right now or after this presentation, but really reach out and maybe have a cup of tea with them and surround yourself with those who uplift you so you feel uplifted. And also, like the sixth step is to cultivate this compassionate leadership, because there's so much power in compassion coming from your heart, having an open heart, seeing the human in your colleague, seeing the human maybe struggling or having something, and you as a leader, you can do so much for them. So really take your responsibility and be the leader. And in this, love is the key. If you lead from love, if you love your people, they love you and they love working with you. And when they love working with you, they will put so much more effort into it. It will be so much more fun. And that you will see back in your results and just at the culture of your company. You feel it. So schedule this 30-minute me time in your agenda so you can fill your own heart with love. And another thing to do is buy some balloons in a heart shape and make sure that you have them with you. And in all the board meetings that you have, you ask love, what would you do? And everyone could speak from love. And you add that to your decision, and you'll have love included in your decisions, and you notice that you're making different decisions. They come from the heart, and you'll see that the stakeholders and everyone loves those decisions. So you have more fun, more trust, and less hard work within the things that you're doing. Then we move on to this mastery phase. And you are having fun, you're doing what you do, you are coming from your heart. And now the second step is to really trust and to learn to lead from your intuition, to be able to close your eyes and to know, okay, this is my next step, to trust your gut again, and to also work on opening your intuition. There's so many meditations and exercises that we can do to increase our intuition, because when we live life, we sometimes are cut off from our intuition. And we need to re-establish that relationship. We need to relearn to trust it. In one way, a very easy way, is to have an attitude of gratitude, because that raises the frequency. And I'm not sure if you're not aware of this emotional scale, but if we start working together, this is something that I love working with. I find it's very powerful. It's the emotional scale, and you see, for example, hate is already better emotionally than jealousy, and anger is even higher, and worry is higher. Oh, being overwhelmed is higher. It's going up the emotional scale. So we feel like, oh, these are all negative emotions, but it depends on where you come from. And if we need to always be aware of where we come from. So, and our goal is happiness and satisfaction and appreciation. That's and freedom. But if you're down somewhere down on the emotional scale, knowing that you're going up helps you to go up even more. So write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Maybe from this presentation, what are the 3 things that you learned that you want to take with you? And I'd love to hear them, of course. I'll give you a few seconds so I can stretch myself a little bit. Take a sip of water. And now I'm going to share something, a testimonial, which I am very grateful for. Someone I work with very closely over the years, and he's going to share his experience of working with me. So please listen.
Before working with Satkirtan, I was always busy, and I didn't have enough faith. Now I found, with help with Satkirtan, the balance between working, private and relaxing. She helps me to be a consciousness, peaceful entrepreneur. I'm grateful to be a consciousness leader. I'm grateful to work with her, and I recommend her to everyone because she makes my dreams come true. And I hope also for you.
Yes. Well, I really hope that all of our dreams will come true, whether you worked with me or not, but just having the belief that your dreams can come true, that's giving you so much hope, and it's empowering you. You feel the energy is raising. So yeah, if you have a culture of growth within your organization, if you as a leader have this culture of growth within yourself, then everything is just happening, and you see, you will know that the sun will always come up, so you will look at things from the bright side, and you'll be able to let go of things that are not working, but always know that there's a way, and know that this growth mindset can be closed if we have this need to control, because that keeps us small. So maybe you can reflect on a few things that you feel like, yeah, in these areas I try to control this situation. I don't feel secure, so I try to control. And it's not a judgment. It's just how we work, how we're wired. And we can rewire this, but it's this inner wiring that's been done there and been set up for years and years. So and we all have it. We all have this need to control. But if we are aware when we are having it and when we do it, we can open up to this growth mindset. And then the last step, and that's to amplify your impact. And I remember when I started teaching yoga within businesses, my colleagues were my first students. And one day it was raining and we were looking outside like, we're not going to go to the studio to do the exercise. We can just do it here. And we moved the furniture and we did the exercises and we went home with a love in our heart, with just a flexible body, and such a peace in our minds. That was like, wow, that's how the seed of business yoga started to grow within me. And like my teacher training, they said, if you want to learn something, if you really want to master it, you got to teach it. Because then you first have to have the experience yourself, because you can only teach from experience. So teach from your own experience, be authentic, and spread it freely. Then you really have the way to impact others. So maybe you want to reflect on what it is that you want to share with others. What is it, one thing that stood out for you in your life? Or maybe even this day. What is it that you want to share with others? Reflect on it and don't feel shy. Just share it tomorrow in your board meeting or your other meetings. And maybe you bring this balloon to the board meeting and say, okay, we're going to give love a voice today, and just see how it works out for you. Because you can do this. You don't need any special education. You just need to know that you can do this. Do you remember I shared about this yoga plan that I can make for you? Is it okay for you if I go to it a little bit deeper? Because I really want to invite you to create for you your personal affirmation, including these tailored yoga exercises, meditation, lifestyle suggestion. So you have your user manual. And I also want to give you my book. You go to investinyoga.com/conscious-leader. There you can download this. And like I said, I would love to make your personal user manual. I would love it when we all would come with this and we would know that it is there. And because I've made it for so many already, and all they told me is like, wow, it's like you're inside me. How do you know all this? But that's because there's a formula. Everything has a formula. Numbers are very, very powerful. So, and everything is energy. And once you understand that, once it's like a puzzle, and we connect all the dots, and I find, and we work together to like fine tune your manual. Then you have your go-to meditation, your go-to yoga exercises. It doesn't mean that you can't do anything else, but it means that you have something that works for you when you're stressed, that works for you when you are outside or out of your alignment. This will bring you back into your alignment, and it will have longer exercises, but also short, powerful affirmations or mantras that you just need to recite it 1 or 2 times and you're back into your alignment. You're like, yeah, hello, I'm back. Because we go out and we go in, but we need to know when we're in and when we're out. So I hope it makes a little sense. Let's go through it a little bit more. So all I need is your date of birth, and the output is your personal affirmation, yoga exercises, meditation, mantra, and lifestyle suggestions, because every energy has its different needs and wishes. So, are you ready to embark that journey and to say bye-bye to stress and really become the CEO of yourself? Are you just curious to know and do it without compromising your values or your beliefs, or you're sacrificing your well-being or your mental health, or completely change your current lifestyle or career? You don't need to start wearing a turban like me. Or you don't also need to conform to a spiritual or religious tradition. You don't need to isolate yourself or from the society or your loved ones. You also don't need to feel guilty when you do give yourself more priority. Most importantly, do you want to learn how to deal with burnout, exhaustion, and stress? And maybe you have been wondering for a long time how to find inner peace. I was on a quest to find this. And it was when I found these meditations that really work for me because they're aligned with my soul, that I found this peace. And you don't need to work harder. And even, if you have a full schedule, or if you're very stressed or not flexible, or, you can do this. If you have your own personal manual, you can relax, because you can always go back to it. It's, we always say the universe has your back, and this is your tool to really feel that, to embrace that. So what do you get? So you get your personal user manual, and I give you some bonuses as well, 5 in total. Like, one is the book. The second bonus is a one-on-one coaching session with me where we talk through everything. The third bonus is your personal management stress toolkit. The fourth bonus, let me see. I love this. I love to share this with you. There are 2 meditations which are very close to my heart, and I've seen big transformations happening to them. The first is Shift Your Shit. It's a guided meditation, because we all have our traumas, but we don't want to deal with the traumas all the time. So we shift our shit. And the other one is the Cut the Crap meditation, because I don't know about you, but I know my mind. I have always so many things going on and so many things in my mind. And sometimes I feel totally overwhelmed by all that. And then I do this meditation and I feel like clarity is there. I know exactly what to do. And I'm so happy to be able to share that with you. So that's the meditation. Powerful. And the last one is you get access to these conscious morning sessions. We do it 5 times a week live, and in the weekend you can do it by replay. So all of this beautiful program, I'm offering this to you for just 888 euro. And I think it's a very reasonable and good price for value. It's without it's just the one session. It's not with my coaching. But if you want that, we can discuss this as well. And if you're interested, please hop on a call with me and let's discuss if this really fits your ideas and fits your needs. Because I don't want to make it just for everyone. But if you feel like, yeah, this is what's my soul's calling, I really feel like, yeah, this would be great. I would love to have it. I'm happy to create yours and to to make it, so you can relax. So you might ask, is this real? Yes, it really is real, and you get all of this for just 880 euros. And I really hope that it inspires you and it gives you this peace of mind and the power to act, because we're activating your soul's purpose again. So you need to shine your light and share your love to create a beautiful world. So if you feel like, yes, this would be something for me, let's hop on a call. This is the link to go there, tinyurl/call Kirtan. And I'm ready with my open heart and a cup of tea to talk to you and see if this is for you. Looking forward to that. Have a beautiful day. That now.